It is almost update time once again in Grow Garden. We have a ton of leaks coming for this brand new update, as well as what we hope a perfect update would be. We're gonna go into depth on the stuff that the developers have announced coming inside of this brand new update, some changes that are secret that have actually already been added to the game, as well as stuff that a lot of you guys have been requesting, and hopefully this update is going to finally be it. After all, the player count of Grow Garden has dropped far below those of Steal a Brain Rot and 99 Nights in the Forest. Is it finally the moment the developers start making a big change here? I definitely think so, because the developers probably have a lot of big things planned, as they are not letting this game fall. If you guys actually watched my video 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, 2 days ago, but I did discuss that one simple feature that we got in this update. It's kind of complex, but it changes a lot of the game, and it's actually changing the entire core loop of the game. It has gone from being a completely simple game where you grow whatever plants you want and have fun with it, to a point where you actually are grinding the game. It's no longer as simple as it used to be, with them adding in the garden ascension, where you have to actually get certain requirements in order to ascend, get 10 garden coins, and lose all your shekels. A lot of people have not been happy with this, but the developers are making some changes. One of the most obvious things we were gonna get is Fairy Part 2. As you know, it's already on the game website, and it does say this update expands on the fairy event, bringing lots of new stuff to explore, like a fairy shop plus more. And actually, there's two things here. As you can see from this picture, not only is there actually a fairy shop right over here, but there's also a crafting table, meaning a lot of new things to craft, possibly something to like a chop or something, I don't know. But it does also mention here, play to unlock all new seeds, pets, gear, weather, plus discover lots of other new content like the revamped daily quests and more. If you haven't already been able to tell, in the last few updates, we've been getting a lot of new content. One of the coolest things that we got, in my opinion, is tier 2 to this shop. You got the Cocoa Mango seed. This seed is almost as good as the Bone Blossom, and it's crazy how close it is, because it's a permanent seed inside the game that you're going to be able to get forever and actually unlock forever. Matter of fact, talking about unlocking it, I believe it is time for me to feed this guy. So let's go ahead and just grab one of these ginormous Bone Blossoms, and I'm gonna go ahead and place this inside of there, just so you know we have something big. Wait, actually no, we don't even have to do any of that, bro. All we need is just some sugar apples. Let's go ahead and find our sugar apple collection, which where is it? Okay, here it is. I managed to find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is literally all you need in order to make a transcendent smoothie, which gives you the best possible points inside of the game. And we're gonna go ahead and put all of these inside of here. There we go. Start the cooking, skip the cooking, just so I don't have to make y'all wait. And then after we've grabbed the food, as you can see, it's transcendent. Let's just feed it to the friendship, and boom, we're level 3. Just like that. If you don't know what that means, now I can actually purchase the Cocoa Mango for some golden or garden coins. Or at least I can when it comes into stock again. Now, that is the one thing that I think a lot of people can go wrong about. Everybody probably enjoys that system. I think it's cool. It gives you a reason to grind and still use the cooking kit, which you can unlock through the garden guide inside the achievements section. And talking about achievements, not only do I have some to claim, but they are actually going to be touching up on the achievements. Not so much achievements right here, but actually the daily quest that we've actually had in the game for a very long time. As you know, these have actually not been good for a very long time, because they currently only just give you 3 seed packs, but the quests can be a little bit outrageous, such as, I mean, these ones are actually really easy, like plant 5 pumpkin seeds, watermelon seeds, and harvest 50 strawberries. That's easy, but sometimes it can be a lot harder. Now, in the past, if you don't know, we've gotten a quest system. It's kind of like the one I just showed you, except it was for the best possible seed in the entire game. That seed obviously being the all beloved Bone Blossom right here that I have 6 of still sitting in my inventory. This is still up to date as being the best seed inside the game, and it has actually been the best seed for the last 2 months or so. Even this event, where you can offer all these plants for some glimmering, does not introduce this. It is nowhere to be found. There's no seed as good as the Bone Blossom has ever been, but this update may finally change it. The Bone Blossoms also follow the same system where you actually do quests in order to get it, and you would basically be able to get 1 to 2 of these by the end of the week as long as you consistently did them. I'm gonna be honest, this was one of my personal favorite quest menus because not only was it so rewarding, but the stuff you got in every single order was really cool. Even from that update, I still have so many seed packs, bro. Like, I believe it's called the Ancient Seed Pack or something, right? And yeah, I still have 34 of these seed packs. Keep in mind, I had over 300. All of the seeds in this are really cool too. Even the best one, I forgot what it's called, bro. It's been so long, but it was very nice, and I really like the one theme update. This update is kind of the same. However, it really gives you no reason to grind other than for the very cool things such as the West Wing seed, which is literally animated. But what if we had something in the game that finally beat that seed? This is a Bone Blossom rework example. Shout out to Jay here, but he suggested this in the Grow Garden server. And as you can see, this thing looks ridiculous. Obviously, it's not something we're probably going to see in this update because we are still in the fairy event and this just has nothing to do with fairy looking things. Here's also a little concept I went ahead and made of basically how this could possibly look. Very similar to the Dino Quest, like I said, except for a brand new seed. Something different, something better, and the rewards could be different as you progress. But what if that seed looked different to the point where it had to be the best seed in the game? After all, in the newest update, the West Wing is quite literally only a 5k difference from the Bone Blossom. So is it finally time to add something better than that? I don't know. I mean, the game's player count is dropping. It could be because school is starting, and it probably has a big effect on that. But other games like Steal a Brain Rot are doing better. Another thing a lot of people have been requesting for is admin abuse days, apart from the ones that we get when the update is coming out. Currently, if you don't know, we actually really only get admin abuse nowadays when the event is dropping. These admin abuses are crazy. They give you basically every single seed in the game, all including prismatics and stuff, as well as a ton of things such as the Grandmaster Sprinklers, which are found inside the gear shop all the way down here. You're able to literally spam grind these. It's pretty cool. I love it when the updates come out. However, that is not available for everyone in the game. The updates, personally, for me, come out at 8, or like the admin abuse happens at 8 a.m. CST for me. So it is very early on in the day. And I imagine like literally half of my state in the US is probably sleeping. So what if we had 2 days for when admin abuse happens? Similar to how Steal a Brain Rot has Taco Tuesdays, we could have it on a different day. It doesn't even have to be called anything. It just needs to happen, bro. Like, imagine they announced it just like Steal a Brain Rot, and a lot of players got in the game, gathered for a ton of admin abuse and stuff like that, that is more available to people that are in time zones where they cannot play when the update comes out. Fun fact, we actually used to always get that, and this was happening when the game like was growing very, very exponentially fast. And ever since they got to the point where they're hitting 20 million plus every single update, they just were like, yeah, you know what? We don't care about you guys. So yeah, we're not going to do those events anymore. It doesn't even have to be seed restocks, because I do feel like that can be overpowered, especially when you have millions of players at the time getting millions of seeds. And that is pretty broken. Like, think about it. There's 20 million people playing the game when the updates come out, but when they come out, there is literally like 6 restocks of a giant pine cone. That is already 120 million giant pine cones added into the game. Oh, and don't get me started with all the other seeds. So it doesn't necessarily have to be seeds. It can be admin events, admin mutations, stuff like that. People love that type of stuff, and Steal a Brain Rot literally shows it. So if Grow Garden did it, I am sure people would definitely come back and play in the middle of the week. Watch me say this, and it's gonna start happening in a few days, because the developers went ahead and just made a massive change. Yes, right before I started recording this video, something big has just appeared in the game. You might be wondering what I'm talking about, and actually, let's go ahead and trade this guy. He said, I am your sub. Thank you so much. You know what? I got a little bit of a gift for this guy. As you can see, now inside of the game, there is shekel trading once again. This actually got removed inside of the newest update, but now they've added it back because so many people hated it. And matter of fact, since this guy is a subscriber, literally all you have to do is subscribe. But I'm gonna go ahead and give him that Bone Blossom. It's worth 250 trillion shekels. It has like every single mutation as of like a few updates ago. But now shekel trades include a 10% fee. So there is a little bit of a difference in it. However, it is what has been needed. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. A 10% fee is fine. That is perfectly okay. The game literally needed shekel trading to come back. The reason why they removed it was so that, you know, you can't just keep giving your alts the shekels and then rebirthing over here on the ascension thing. But a lot of people have already actually spent most of their shekels because they knew they could not trade it anymore, and they probably didn't expect it to come back. So I know a lot of you guys probably feel like you got scammed, but it's okay. I promise you, you probably didn't need quintillions of shekels anyways that were not originally supposed to be in the game anyways. Oh my god, bro. Is it actually Aurora? Oh my god, bro. Please go on a Ember Lily. I really need it on an Ember Lily right now. Oh my god. I need to like harvest everything inside my garden right now, dude. That is literally one of my quests in order to ascend. If I don't get Aurora on one of these guys, I physically cannot do anything. And that's another problem with ascensions, bro. Aurora is literally an event that happens, I think, every 6 hours, or it's like an admin thing. So there's 2 ways for it to actually appear, and it's pretty hard to get it, bro. But right now it's happening, and I'm just gonna pray that it actually applies to an Ember Lily, bro. I really need it. I'm gonna just like place down these star collars or something. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Is there like a moon collar? I forgot what it's called, but I just need Aurora here, man. But that has been a change that is actually already inside the game. You do not have to wait for the next update to be able to trade your shekels again, and I think it's just so nice. Thank you to the developers. That's also what makes me think that they are going to listen to the features that you guys are suggesting, such as this lock right here. For the millionth time, so many people have been suggesting this, even myself, for so many reasons. But this lock right here, now this would be kind of a prismatic in the shop. It makes sense for it to be prismatic, but this stops players from stealing your fruit, and it has 3 uses. If you have been living under an absolute rock, you would know that when somebody tries to steal something, whether it is favored or not, they can actually steal it. The favoriting tool that is currently inside a shop actually does not even help you with this system, and all it literally does is it prevents you from being able to collect your own fruit. So if somebody else wants to spend a few little bits of Robux, they can go ahead, steal your fruit that is probably worth billions or even trillions of shekels. Now, if I highly recommend, especially for when the brand new update's happening, you actually grind in a private server. And I do have a lot of other tips that I want to share with you guys for when this update comes out. First things first, get reclaimers. I have actually said this in every single update video. I use it every single update. It is overpowered. They are super easy to craft inside of the crafting shop. If you just scroll down on over here, or all the way up here, you can see you have the reclaimer. It lets you to reclaim your plants, turning them back into seeds, and that way you don't waste it. So if you have like prismatics and stuff, instead of shoveling it, you just reclaim it. They've also made a change now. If you reclaim something that's gold, silver, or rainbow, it actually stays in that variant whenever you plant it down again. Bro, these imps are running, bro. Come over here. I need your rewards. I did also make a video on why those guys are really good. And for this update, just like the rest, you want to stock up on sprinklers, bro. Sprinklers are always really good to have on you. The best way to actually get every single variant of them, in my opinion, is by being in the game when the admin abuse happens. They give out so many of them every single time. I would also highly suggest that you stock up on every single seed inside the game. This should be a basic, but I would honestly, if you have the shekels for it, which you should, buy literally every single starting seed, even including the best ones. I mean, oh look, there's a giant pinecone in stock, bro. That's what happens when you're subscribed. But yes, literally buy every single seed in here. I mean, right now for the most recent update, you're definitely going to need all of this, especially the ones such as like the pumpkin and watermelon seeds. These are single harvest, so you want to get as many as you can. Next tip I have for you guys is make sure your pets are always fed. That is super important. I think now you can even actually pick up like the legendaries, bro, of like our last few updates. Like, I'm going to just get a glowthorn, bro, and I'm going to feed it to my pet. And as you can see, yes, it fully hungers them up, or fills up their hunger. I mean, you don't even need crazy pets or crazy fruits. Literally just get one of the newer ones inside of the update, get it with the glimmering mutation, which probably takes like seconds to do, and then just feed them till full hunger. Wait, can I use like a tomato with just a ton of mutations? Does this work? Let's feed it. And okay, no, tomatoes definitely don't work. But something like a mango with just a few mutations, bro, look at that. Boom. It just filled it up for 15,000% hunger. Yes. I also have these cocoa mangoes all the way up here. Let's go ahead and collect them, and I'm going to use those to feed the rest of my pets, which are going to be very beneficial in getting their levels up, and then I'll basically be able to, mutate them. This dragonfly is actually so close to a mutation, so what I'm going to do is go ahead, use up a level up lollipop. There we go. Boom. Now, you're not holding a fruit. Yes, I literally am. All right, bro. Where is this butterfly? It is time to hunt this guy down. Okay, here he is, and then literally all you do, go up to it, just click it once, and boom. It has gave it a 1 level boost. It's now level 50, which means I can go ahead, grab my recall wrench, go on over here to the pet mutations, throw this guy in, start the mutations, skip it, or, well, actually, I wouldn't skip it, but I am, just so you know, you get to see the fun of it. Come on, please give me rainbow, bro. I'll be the happiest man in the world. Okay, yeah, we got Tiny. Bro, I literally could have not gotten, like, anything worse. Are we serious? I can't even click him anymore, bro. He's so small. Hey, at least his XP goes up faster, so there is a little surplus to doing that. But yes, highly make sure your pets are fully fed. Make sure you're also feeding Sam over here. Just hold out a type of food. It lets you unlock the tiers inside the shop, which probably are going to get more seeds in here. So it's definitely good to have. And last but not least, I highly recommend you guys hang on to a lot of glimmering mutations. I actually did just use all my glimmering, so I don't have anything to hang on to. But what I can do is go over here, click my radar, and I literally just press it once where there is a lot. And look at that, bro. We probably just grabbed like a bazillion stuff. Wait, do I have to like hold it out or something? Hello, there we go. Okay, yup, as you can see, we are going up in glimmering very fast. And just hang on to these. You don't even have to do anything with them. Not only does it actually help you complete your garden guide, which can give you tons of rewards, but it's just good to have in nature, because then you will be able to use it for when the next update comes out, because there's a good chance you're gonna need the glimmering mutation. But I think this update is finally going to be insane. I'm really hoping the developers step it up, man, because we've not heard from Jandel in a few days. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and watch this one on the screen right here, because it's a way better video. And I actually went ahead and handpicked it because I think you're going to enjoy a lot more. So hurry up and click it, because this video is about to end. Until then, bye. Pick one.